Christian Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents Understanding Evangelism, Biblical Foundations, Historical Developments, and Contemporary Issues by J.D. Payne, narrated by John Guccion. Preface. Early in my faith journey, two significant factors impressed on me the significance, need, practice, and joy of evangelism. The first was the Scriptures. A simple reading of the Bible, particularly the New Testament, revealed that the Church's modus operandi involved regular and intentional evangelism. The disciples were part of the continuation of God's covenantal faithfulness. His mission included both Jew and Gentile in rebuilding David's tent. Acts chapter 15, verse 16. Compare Amos chapter 9, verses 11 through 12, before the day of the Lord. The second was my home church. My faith family, especially our church's leadership, consistently and intentionally taught, modeled, and provided helpful resources and opportunities for personal evangelism. People need exposure to the Scriptures, and leaders who model it with their words and actions. This book is written with the desire to assist leaders in accomplishing such tasks in their ministries. After becoming a Christ follower, it did not take long to realize that the gospel needs to be shared with others. The first person with whom I attempted to share the gospel was one of my high school teachers. I write attempted because that was all it was. I asked him what he thought about God, and he gave me an honest and angry answer. I despised his answer and attitude, so I decided that the conversation was over then and forever. I was a junior, and, along with a couple of friends, was invited to go on a senior trip. He was a practical, down-to-earth kind of guy, funny, cool, friendly, and young. He loved music and was a fan of the Doors, especially Jim Morrison. He never invited juniors to go on his annual senior trips. This was an exceptional invitation. The trip involved a 3-hour drive to watch the Nutcracker Ballet, not what most high school guys thought would be a fun trip. However, I was a guest and would enjoy hanging out with my friends and teacher. Since I had been praying for an opportunity to share the gospel with him, surely this day would allow for that opportunity. When he arrived in the school parking lot, I called shotgun, and the upperclassman graciously granted the coveted seat to me. Now I would have 6 hours of road trip to spend in conversation with him. We drove to the event and watched the show. As we loaded up for our journey home, I was frustrated. A full day and no door of opportunity, until we started the drive. As we approached an overpass, he told me to read what was graffitied under the bridge. Seeing nothing, I returned with a puzzled look. He shared that when he was growing up in the neighborhood, someone had painted in large letters, "Jim Morrison is God." Strange, but the Doors were my open door. Though it was just a small crack, I saw it as an answer to prayer and attempted to venture through it. I paused, then asked, "What do you think about that?" Uncertain as to what I meant, he asked for clarification. "About God," I replied. "What do you think about God?" I immediately struck a nerve and triggered a negative response. For the next few minutes, I listened to this man, whom I greatly admired, belittle the God of the Bible, inform me that Moses created the law to keep the unruly Hebrews in line in the desert, and that the way of Jesus was a myth, the Bible was filled with errors, and so on. I was not prepared for his response, and I was not happy. As he continued, my blood pressure increased. I was shocked and had no apologetic response. I remember biting the inside of my cheek.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?